Welcome to News 9 Live, and you are watching On Point with me. And in this edition of On Point, we will talk about the escalating violence and rising tension in the Imphal Valley. Students staged a protest in Manipur on Monday against the ongoing violence and the recent drone attacks in the state. The protest was organized by the All Manipur Students Union. They demanded the protection of the state's territorial and administrative integrity and the resignation of the Director General of Police and the Security Advisor. The protest was huge. Various schools, colleges and universities rallied towards the Raj Bhavan, demanding the transfer of the unified command to the state government. They also called for the removal of the paramilitary forces from the state. The students raised slogans such as "Long live Manipur, resign all incompetent MLAs and give unified command to the state government. Save Manipur, we are Indians, otherwise leave Manipur alone." Expressing their frustration with the authorities over handling of the situation.
This particular is mainly to give the information to the concerned authorities that there is no difference between living in a case and living in the Imphal Valley. There is no sort of safety zone right now. The cookies, they have claimed themselves that they have missiles that can target up to range up to 20 kilometers. So there is no difference between living in a bungalow and living in a house. So we want the central government, the concerned authority, the governor to give the unified command to our Honorable Chief Minister and to regulate the actions of Assam Rifles, the central forces and all the misconducts. And thirdly, to give proper basic needs to the homeless that are rendered right now. This is what we are protesting right now.
However, some of the protesters became violent and attacked the CRPF convoy and pelted. It's a convoy, that CRPF convoy, and pelted stones and chased away the vehicle. This is the video. This is the video.
Namra.
Representatives from various Manipur schools met Chief Minister Biren Singh, voicing concerns over the recent violence disrupting their studies. Singh assured that their voices would be heard, highlighting the government's commitment to addressing their issues. Biren Singh said he had a fruitful meeting with the students of the Imphal College and Tonsana Higher Secondary School at my secretariat. They voiced their concern regarding the ongoing disturbances in our state, and I truly value their input. We had a constructive discussion about the challenges they are facing and the impact on their education. I want to assure all students that we are committed to addressing these issues. The voices of our youths are important, and together we will strive for a better future for Manipur. The students also met the Manipur Governor Lakshman Prasad Acharya and presented their demand to him. Let's listen to one of the student leaders as he lists out the demand of the student protesters.
We have some points. First of all, number one is they have failed the duties and moral responsibility. The President, Security Advisor and the DGP should resign. Overall, point number two, the overall unified command of the Manipur must be handed over to the Chief Minister and the people of elected government of Manipur. Point number three, the central parliamentary force deployed in the Manipur must leave Manipur as they nothing but mute spectator. Point number four, the 50 MLAs of Manipur, excluding the 10 Cookie Joe MLAs, must announce their final stance and act now, or else they are morally obliged to resign from their elected posts. Point number 5, the government of India must immediately stop the proxy war upon the Meiteis and the Meitei. Save Manipur, for we are Indian, or else leave Manipur alone to decide its own fate. Point number 6, Manipur had enough. We can't tolerate anymore. If the state continue to fail in protection the life and the properties of Meiteis, the students of Manipur will now unite and start to fight using every means at the front to save our future.
Now, the transfer of the unified command to the state is also one of the key demands of Biren Singh government. Manipur CM Biren Singh met Governor Lakshman Prasad Acharya on Sunday and submitted a memorandum for bringing the unified command under him, abrogation of the suspension of operations agreement with the Kuki insurgent groups, and detection of illegal immigrants. Another protest was held in Imphal on Sunday night when people took to the streets to protest the recent violence in the state. The protesters marched more than 3 kilometers along the city, Tidham Road, proceeding towards a high security zone when the security forces stopped them. These are the visuals. The state is on a boil. Mera Paibis in street, in thick of darkness, coming out and demanding peace. The Manipur police and central security forces erected barricades on the way to prevent them from marching ahead. The security forces had to fire several rounds of tear gas shells to disperse the protesters. This also happened. But these are the visuals of the night. And in morning, there was another protest, and look at this. These are night shot tear gas. This is what happened in the night. They had erected barricades on the way to prevent them from marching ahead. As I said, the security forces had to fire several rounds of the tear gas shells to disperse the protesters. Let us play out the visuals for our viewers, so that they understand what's happening in Manipur, what an average Manipuri is undergoing. And we will do this story from the perspective of the people of Manipur. Imagine lying with your child next to the bed and listening to the booms. They had reached close to the Raj Bhavan and the CM's residence, a location in proximity to the police headquarters, the Manipur Secretariat and Bharatiya Janata Party's office. The protesters sat on the road at Kesimpat and raised slogans condemning recent drone attacks by suspected militants. I would even go to say by the militants. And the inability of the authorities to arrest anyone involved in the incident. I will play out these night visuals again. People who are responsible says there will be peace. If you can't have peaceful night, if you can't give peaceful nights to your citizens, what peaceful day you will offer to the people there? What peaceful day would be offered? And now the Chief Minister is saying that he needs to be empowered. The Chief Minister is saying that he needs to be empowered. Let bureaucrats not run the state. Now, in fact, if you go by the argument of it, it has merit. He is elected. Either you make him stay, give him power, or you remove him. But then you can't have a bureaucrat run the state. And let me tell you, the public is also pretty angry. When the protests have taken place, the ire has been directed against the brass. But in another incident of violence, an ex-serviceman was found dead in Manipur's Imphal West district on Monday. The body of Lalboi Mate, who hailed from the Motubung in Kangpokpi district, was found lying in the pool of blood. Locals had identified the body. That is all I am going to show you, nothing else. We have blurred every visual. But then, this just goes on to show that there is a problem. Now I am going to remove these visuals. This is to tell you that when we talk about bodies, this is what is happening. You get up in the morning and you find a body. And these are the streets in morning. I have showed you the streets in evening. And I am joined in studio by my input editor Brijesh Pandey, Hijang Misao social activist, Group Captain retired B. Nand Kumar Sharma, and Major General Ashwani Sivach, who had been talking about unified command. Brijesh, first to you, and then I'll go to General Sivach and then to my other guests. Suddenly, you have protests everywhere. And suddenly in this protest, people have taken a position. And that too against the security setup that has been set from the center.
Well, Karthikeya, if you
please frame it for us.
If you ask me, I have been saying it right from the word go that, that all the talk of peace returning to Manipur or like there is a lull in violence is just a chasm, nothing more than that. Peace has not returned to Manipur. These kind of sporadic violence incident will escalate. When first drone came out and then the missile attack which took place, it changed the entire spectre of war as we have seen, right from the last 15 to 16 months. Now, if you go by the demands of Manipur Chief Minister, where he is saying that the unified command be given to him. And if you go by the demand which is being made by protesting students, they are identical. They're making identical demands, and the demands are such which I honestly don't think that any government or any central government would acquiesce to do, for the simple reason the situation is not very simple there. It's not a law and order problem. It's also a problem between the two ethnicity, and one ethnicity does not approve of the high-handedness of Manipur commandos and the other does not approve of Assam Rifles. I think the best case scenario for both the state government as well as the central government would be to make sure that there's a unified command which is governed by Indian Army, and that person also reports to the Chief Minister of India or of Manipur, and also to and keeps MHA updating. But I think if the central government does not ups the ante, I think very soon we'll be looking at a situation which is very, very scary to spell out.
Okay, General Sivach, you are the only person, I'll say this again on this channel, have been saying this first time on my channel and then repeatedly, that there needs to be a unified command. Though I might tell you that today I had interviewed Lieutenant General Mr. Nair, who retired recently a couple of weeks back as the DG of Assam Rifles. He had a different view in context of a unified command, but that's the story I'm going to play out after 7:10 when this debate is over, and then you and me will again talk about it tomorrow, sir, on this issue of unified command. But today, do you think a bureaucrat should run the government or a sitting chief minister?
Karthikeya, there is no doubt. You see, the unified command which is being run in Manipur is not the unified command which was basically done in either in Assam or in J&K. Now, you have a format in front of you. Why are you inventing the wheel again? The point is, as far as unified command is concerned, it has to be under an army commander, and he is answerable both to the state government chief minister as well as the central government. This is a unified command. It is command which is in unison between the center and the state and also the Indian Army. No, the point which is happening is that we are still not getting the grip of the situation in Manipur, and we are still struggling, and we don't know who is in control of the things in Manipur. The control has to be under one person, and that has to be army commander, and all other agencies must be answerable to him. All int agencies and also all paramilitary as well as the police force has to be under him, and that is the only way it has to function. And he is also answerable to the chief minister of the state and also the central government. Now, what is happening in Manipur is there is total confusion. We do not know who is in control of the things, and one agency is trying to blame the other agency. That's not the way the unified command function. And I again say that we are not inventing the wheel again. We have already got a format which has been applied both in Assam and J&K, and it has succeeded. It will succeed here also. But provided we give the opportunity to that unified command to work apolitically, which is can be possible. Four things need to be done now also, if we understand. One is the unified command under army
General sir,
commander.
General sir, I'll come back to you. These are the four things you want to recount. But let me just inform my viewers, do not go away. Sharp at 7:10, this interview would be played out. Former DG Assam Rifles, breaking his silence and setting the record straight.
What exactly happened on the 3rd of May? There were certain undercurrents of which we knew once the High Court order was passed. Memorial Gate, which has been burnt, of the Anglo-Kuki War or Kuki Rebellion. It is not that all the Meiteis are against us. These are some groups who create a narrative that Assam Rifles is against us. There is no Manipur police. It is Meitei police, there is Kuki police.
General Sivas, to you, what are the four things which need to be done, sir, as you were mentioning?
Yeah, four things which need to be done. One is first unified command under army commander. Second thing is complete sealing of border between Manipur and Myanmar. Third thing is finish free movement regime of moving these people. And fourth thing is conduct cordon and search operation and other very active operation by getting these weapons out. These four things has to be done at the earliest. Then only you will find that the people will start having faith in the system. As on today, the complete society is being charged and divided between two ethnicities, and both ethnicities are trying to justify a solution what they perceive. That is not the solution as a nation we are looking for. We are looking for a solution which is good for the nation, as well as we must understand the problem is of Manipur is not in Manipur itself. The Manipur problem roots are in Myanmar. Now, this is the biggest problem which has happened over a period of time. This weaponized drones which has come, it is not in Manipur, it has come from Myanmar. The weapons have come from that side, majority of them. The drugs are coming from there. You have to seal the border. You can't allow the militants to come
Absolutely.
from Myanmar and function in Manipur. Now, another point which Kartike, which the DG Assam Rifle is trying to convey. You know, when you are asking my question, first of all, DG Assam Rifle, it is the basically who is the operational under command is the Indian Army. The Assam Rifle has got a proper task at hand. The task of Assam Rifle is a border between Myanmar and Manipur. That is more important for it. But certainly, what the question which you asked is that the certain section of people are not in favor of keeping Assam Rifle, and he was trying to justify that, and rightly so. See, Assam Rifle is basically CAPF which function under the army. The COs and the commanders are of the Indian Army. It is a political objective. It works as per the requirement.
So the 45 minutes in General Sivas, that is why I said, sir, that is why I said,
section of society is not liking it because it is not looking after their interest. They are looking the national interest. They are looking after the national
General
interest.
Sivas, we are
And
going to
that's
sit
why
together
there are
tomorrow on this interview, because he not only spoke about cookies and the Meiteis or the police, he has spoken about the drones. He has spoken about the Kotruk incident. He has spoken about the 3rd of May. He has spoken about the fact that what exactly happened. He has spoken about Myra Paibis. He has spoken about the operational aspect, why that line had to be maintained. He has spoken about things. He has basically set the record straight for Assam Rifles on multiple things. But now let me straight away go to Hejang Misao. Hejang, Why has Valley boiled over so much?
Well, Kartike, I would say this is the ploy of the state government, especially the Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, to deflect the issue which the Kuki community are raising through rally, which is democratic, raising the issue of audio leak, where he was bluntly saying that he is the main architect of this violence. So, taking the tone and tenor of his voice, it is very clear that it is him who speaks on the violence, where he authorized the use of bombs and the commando for his vested interest against the Kuki community. Now, the whole issue has been deflected through his policy and planned by also using the students. Why is the students today used as a tool for their political agenda? Student has to be in school, they have to learn. Why are they used as a political agenda for their vested interest? I think this has to be taken very seriously. Now, why is the student raising the unified command issue, like the unified command which is headed by CRPF DG, ex-DG Kuldeep Singh? Why is the state government demanding the control of the unified command? Because these are all the ploy which the state government is trying to deflect, where he has been exposed to the public that he is the main architect of this violence. Now, the entire population of Manipur has to come to their sense. We were a peace-loving community. We love each other. We stayed peacefully, and the friendship, the bonding that we have since our forefather time, it was very deep. And why do we allow ourselves by such person who is holding the post of this chief minister? And today we are in this situation of you becoming my enemy, I becoming your enemy. I think it is high time that we should come to our sense. Don't become just a tool in his hands. Now it is time that we should expose him. He should be prosecuted because he is the one who is breaking Manipur. He broke Manipur, and now he is demanding that Manipur integrity should not be compromised. Why he break first Manipur, and then now he is demanding from the central government that Manipur integrity should not be broken. Now he should, I would reach out to every community, irrespective of Meitei, Kuki or Naga. We were living together peacefully, and we are now the victims of this political vested interest
Okay.
of
My colleague wants to, but I differ from you. Let me put this on record. These are your views, architect. You can blame political authorities for saying that neglect, negligence, lack of administrative experience, but architect is an accusation.
No, Kartike, he himself said he is the one who started this war and he authorized the use of bomb.
Miss out.
And what
Miss
that
out.
more
Miss out. We are not going to. There is a red line I draw. Those tapes are sub judice, and I am not going to allow anyone to speak about it.
I mean,
no, it's incorrect. Miss out, it's incorrect.
Now, you were saying sub
I
judice.
invited you for a, Miss out, you have the right to speak, but I have invited you for a subject. I shared the subject with you. You could have just said no, Karthik. I'm not interested.
I just want to understand one thing from you. You are saying that XYZ is architect and all. I just want to understand what changed. Why all of a sudden such a big change in the theatre of war with the way war was being fought? Usage of drone, usage of missile, usage of rocket.
That's what I'm saying. That's his.
Why was this shift?
His ploy to deflect the whole issue of the audio leak. That's why the whole issue of audio leak has been deflected into all this escalation of violence. That's his ploy. I think he's
will not talk about Miss out. No, this is the red line. You are a guest invited, but there is no conversation about it. It's a sub judice matter. Mr. Sharma, why did so much of protests?
Yes.
Why did protests break out? Yes. Yes. You are audible.
Yeah, Kartike, first of all, let me apprise the viewers across the India that the situation in Manipur right now is the situation before 1947, 14 and 15 August. There is group, they want to break away from Manipur and India, and there is a group who doesn't want to break. Now you also started, Vijay also have started using conflict to war. It's an appropriate word. Now it's a war. And the drones and the missiles have been used. And I have been seeing many visuals in various media channels, and especially the Kuki intellectuals, they have been defending the use of these missiles.
I would want, since I am the moderator, Mr. Sharma, I am the moderator and you have served in the forces. Let me put it in context. It is a war-like situation. There is no war. It is a war-like situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's a war-like situation.
But there
now,
is no
earlier
war.
It's
an intent and declaration which rests with the state. It's a war-like situation.
You may call it war-like situation. In fact, it's aggression towards India, because drones are used, civilians are attacked. Still, the government of India has not applied UAP in 1967, where it is clearly written under Section 15. And in fact, it's a waging war using the means of air, drones and missiles. It's a very serious nature. Why people will not have problem in the valley? Why the civilians are dying, and they are not attacking this thing. You cannot just run with that. We are not attacking the security forces. They are attacking the civilians. And I don't know why center is still keeping quiet. The hill areas, as you know, the ASPA is already on still. The major operations and no crackdown is visible in the eyes of the common people. So it's very natural to say agitated by the people. These young people, you have shown the visuals. They are right. We have the right to live peacefully in India, in Manipur, as a part of Indian citizens. If you don't acknowledge we as a part of India, then they rightly said, leave it to us. Because 40 to 60,000 armed force personnel, it's very, very big in number. You can crush anytime, any say small groups of armed groups, you can count on hands. There are 2,181 Sioux armed groups on record, and there may be a few 10,000 at the most. If the government has taken a decision, especially by bringing to the notice of the viewers, that the CM, see how pity is the condition of the CM. He is asking for this thing, command over this home. Amit Shah already, he has last year, I think sometime in June or July, when he came back from Delhi, hills are controlled by the Amit Shah ji, and valley is by Mr. Biren. It's very funny. As per democratic system in India, the law and order is under the step. However, it is very evident yesterday and today people are claiming we do not have the right to control this. That's today's problem.
Debate,
so now,
Mr. Sharma, the debate is political. The debate is political. The reason why I'm asking this question is people are not protesting against the state government. Let's be very clear what's happening. Brijesh, people are protesting against the center. There is a shift. It's a political story right now. I want to keep myself at the politics, not at these accusations. The politics of it. Is there real anger against the center?
Well, I think, Karthikeya, we've discussed this thing a couple of times also. There is a genuine anger, and there is a sense of palpable, disbelief with the fact that despite all these violence which is taking place, despite thousands of weapons being looted away from the state armory, despite supply of weapons from across the border, as General Sivach and many other esteemed, former defense personnel have pointed out, there's nothing concrete that is happening. This is something which is very, very puzzling. The fact is that, after a drone attack, after a missile attack, after killing of 5 people in Jerebam, after countless acts of violence from both sides, there's not one concrete action which actually take you to the fact or actually gives you hope that that there is a crackdown. There's 70,000 forces on the ground. There is a proper Manipur police, and there's somehow there's no concrete action which is visible. There's no crackdown on people. There's no arrest of people. There is no recovery of arms.
Let me also ask a political question to you. It is also, do you think that it is also reflection and a message that who has political muscle in Imphal?
It is, and I think, the usage of the political muscle is basically tantamounting to the fact that this is to put pressure on the governor and also put pressure on the center. Governor is an extension of center, so by putting it on governor, they're saying that on the center as well, that boss, if you want your central forces here, they have to work under me. If you want your central forces to work and work effectively, they have to work under me, otherwise we don't want them. And this is more of a pressure tactics rather than a natural outburst of students and all. Unfortunately, what is happening is that all sides are getting hemmed in as far as this particular outburst is concerned, and this is not going to solve any problem whatsoever. First, your villain was Assam Rifles. Then when you say that, how are you blaming Assam Rifle? Then you said, no, 2 units of Assam Rifles, 2 units have been changed. Now today CRPF personnel were chased away. Now what is the problem with CRPF? Now you chase away CRPF, you remove the DGP. Now, this is an endless thing. You cannot keep on replacing one thing just because the political establishment of the day or the students or the agitators feel that this is how things should be run. Then this is being, I mean, the state would be held hostage to people who are protesting. You cannot do that as well.
Okay. Misao, can we have a conversation on the subject of the day?
Yeah,
Can we have a conversation? Please. Can we have a conversation on the subject on my program? Okay. My question to you is, do you think that this protest is political, muscle flexing, or spontaneous one?
Kartike, I think this is not new. It has been the political tools. The students has been used as a political tools. Now this time it has been once again used as a political tool for the political agendas. Now it is very clear, the entire world knows that the political muscles fully concentrated in Imphal, and even every system has been under their control. Now you look at the media house, which is under their control, and anything which the media house projected, the world buy it. Now the recent developments, the propagandists, certain propagandists are projecting particular community, like inviting such story of involvement of China and US. I think these are some propagandists trying to change the narrative and also trying to conceal the whole truth, how and why things are happening. So therefore, when I would also be on the same page with Bridges. You are demanding the removal of some rifle now, and today you are chasing CRPF again, and you are demanding the removal of the unified commands again. So what is all this? It is all about the political muscles trying to regain again all this political power and all those control over, so that they can also unleash the reign of terror which they have started and make an end to the full story. So I would say the center has to be...
That's cool. Okay, I'm falling short of time. Mr. Sharma, would you like to respond to this? I'll come back to you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'll come back to you.
Kartike, I would
same
like
question
to
you. No. Same question to you. Political muscle flexing or spontaneous?
See, political means, I don't know what is political behind it, but we know what the Meiteis Manipuri know is, the Valley people know is, there is a problem. The problem apparently started with the demand of Meitei being included in scheduled tribe that nobody is talking now. Okay. So it is very unfortunate. It has been directed here and there. And the General Shivas was talking about unified command. Let me tell you, unified command, let it be under army or anybody, it will not work until unless two armed groups are empowered. See, the suspension of operation has to be abrogated because it gives special power, and they are not going to be arrested, apprehended. And the Manipur government, the CM has given in his memorandum that suspension operation is to be suspended. In fact, it is a tri-party agreement, and the Manipur government has already withdrawn. So it is a null and void agreement right now. In spite of null and void agreement, if center is still supporting and fulfilling these obligations, then there is something wrong. Unless you have this strict action against this armed groups, which is already a defunct agreement, things will not improve at all, because
Okay, fair enough. Let me just play out those visuals again, just for the benefit of our viewers. You know, these are the streets of Manipur. In the streets of Manipur, saw a lot of protests, tension. Bite of students first, and then I'll make a point. Let me play out the bite of students first, and then I'll make the point.
This particular is mainly to give the information to the concerned authorities that there is no difference between living in a case and living in the Imphal Valley. There is no sort of safety zone right now. The cookies, they have claimed themselves that they have missiles that can target up to range up to 20 kilometers. So there is no difference between living in a bungalow and living in a house. So we want the central government, the concerned authority, the governor to give the unified command to our Honorable Chief Minister and to regulate the actions of Assam Rifles, the central forces and all the misconducts. And thirdly, to give proper basic needs to the homeless that are rendered right now. This is what we are protesting right now.
We have some points. First of all, number one is they have failed the duties and the moral responsibility. The President, Security Advisor, and the DGP should resign. Overall, point number two, the overall unified command of the Manipur must be handed over to the Chief Minister and the people of elected government of Manipur. Point number three, the Central Parliamentary Force deployed in the Manipur must leave Manipur as they nothing but mute spectator. Point number four, the 50 MLAs of Manipur, excluding the 10 Cookie Joe MLAs, must announce their final stance and act now or else they are morally obliged to resign from their elected posts. The governor, point number five, the government of India must immediately stop the proxy war upon the Meiteis and the Meitei. Save Manipur, for we are Indian, or else leave Manipur alone to decide its own fate. Point number six, Manipur had enough. We can't tolerate anymore. If the state continue to fail in protection the life and the properties of Meiteis, the students of Manipur will now unite and start to fight using every means at the front to save our future.
And now, as I promised, I have an exclusive interview for you with Lieutenant General P. Sinaya, the former DG of Assam Rifles, who retired recently on 31st of July. He is the man who was at the helm of affairs and in charge of the Assam Rifles when the violence broke out in Manipur on 3rd May 2023. Lieutenant General Nair addresses a number of issues. He has basically set the record straight for his organization. He speaks on the issue of perceived discrimination, drone attacks, divided police, Myanmar, Mera Paibis, Sioux agreement, and host of other issues which came to fore in Manipur in last 1.5 years. Tune in. Welcome to this edition of